Pranam Swamiji.
Namaste Swamiji.
Pranam Swamiji. I welcome everyone to our class this morning. Today is our 54th class of Mundakopanishad with Swamiji. In our previous class, Swamiji explained the first mantra of the second section in chapter 3. Today, Dr. Kamla will chant Advaita Pancharatnam. Doctor?
Yeah. Hari Om Swamiji. Advaita Pancharatnam Sri Shankaracharya Virachitam. Naham deho nendriyanandarango nahangara prana vargo na buddhi dārāpatya kshetra vittadi duraha sakshi nitya pratyakātmā shivoham Tejvajnānāt bhādirajau yadāhi swatmajnānādatmano jiva bhāvaha aptoktyahi brandināse sarajjuho jivo nāham deshikoktya shivoham ābhātidam viśvaṃ satyam satyam jnānānandarope vimohāt Nitra mohas swapnavattanna satyam Shuddha purno nityamekam shivoham Naham jado na pravritto na nashto Dehasyokta prakrita sarvadharmaha Kartratvadi chinmayasyasti nahangarasya yatmano me shivoham Matto nanat Kinchidatrasti viśvaṃ satyam bahyam vastu mayopakliptam ādarshandarbhasamanasya tulyam mayyadvaide bhāti tasmāschivoham mayyadvaide bhāti satmāschivoham. Hari Om.
Let's wait for a minute. Swamiji's internet connection has a problem. Please wait for a few minutes. Now video is clear, Swamiji.
How is the audio? Are you
audio is also, yeah, audio is also fine.
Yeah, right. Then we can start. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pasye Makshabhiryajatraha स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिर् व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om. In our last class, we had seen the first mantra in the second khanda of third Mundaka. I think we have completed that. I'm not remembering actually. It was vedaitatparamaṃ brahma dhāma yatra viśvaṃ nihitaṃ bhāti śubhram.
Swamiji just started. Only, not only explained. Yeah. This explained actually. Yeah.
So
and
it
the
is
volume
completed.
is less
First mantra
actually.
is completed.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Upāsate,
volume is less, Swamiji. Swamiji's volume is less.
how is the sound now? Are you hearing?
Now
Yeah,
it is very,
yes,
now it is
Swamiji.
good, Swamiji.
Yeah. So in the first mantra, it was said, Sa veda edat paramam brahma dhāma yatra viśvaṃ nihitaṃ bhāti śubhram upāsate puruṣaṃ ye hyakāmāḥ te śukrametadativartanti dhīrāḥ. He, that is the knower of Atman, knower of Brahman, he knows, who knows the paramam brahma dhāma, the highest Brahman, the ultimate, highest. Parama means the highest or the ultimate or the supreme Brahma, one who knows that. What is that Brahman? Yatra viśvaṃ nihitaṃ bhāti śubhram. Yatra, in which or in whom the whole world is resting or established. Or in whom the whole world or the whole universe, all the manifestations are shining, bhāti. If this universe or the phenomenal worlds are existing, they must exist in some substratum or some base. And what is that? This is the question. If something is existing, something is shining, it must have a substratum in which it is staying, where it is. So here it is said, yatra, wherein, viśvaṃ bhāti, viśvaṃ, the whole of manifestations, is shining, bhāti. What is that effulgent being? What is that effulgent existence absolute? The knower of that upāsate puruṣaṃ ye hyakāmāḥ. Ye hyakāmāḥ. Ye, those, akamāḥ dhīrāḥ. Akamāḥ are devoid of all desires, having no desires at all. Akamāḥ. And dhīrāḥ. Dhīrāḥ is the plural of dhīra. Dhīra means one who have fullest control over his own instruments, especially inner instruments. If inner instruments are controlled, automatically all the outer instruments will also be under our control. Because the activities of all outer limbs are controlled by the mind and buddhi. So one who had controlled his mind and intellect, invariably he is or he can control all the limbs of the body. So dhīra is one who is having fullest control over his own instruments. Body, mind, intellect complex. Dhiyam rātiti dhīra. Remember that. The meaning of dhīra, dhiyam rātiti dhīra. One who has controlled, or one who can control his own dhiyam, intellect, buddhi, is a dhīra. So such people who do not have any desire for getting anything. Why? Because he is established in himself. He is realizing the fullness of himself. I am full. There is no any scarcity within me, because I am full within. I am Sat, Chit and Ananda. When that realization is there, there is no more desires to get anything from outside. I am desiring many things from outside for what? For making myself full. When I consider I am not filled within, when I consider existence, my existence is facing a question. How can I exist? Then I will work for getting my existence. For that I will do so many works. Then comes the chit bhava, knowledge. I am not having fullest knowledge within. I have to get it from outside. So I am going to schools, colleges, universities and other acharyas, ashrams, this, that, for getting knowledge. And when I consider myself devoid of ananda, bliss, I am going here and there in search of happiness from outside. Different objects of the world. I will search for happiness. But when the knower of Brahman, who realized that I am full, then there is no more desires. There is no more desires. He is akāma. So a dhīrāḥ is akāma. Akāma is dhīrāḥ. Such a knower, upāsate puruṣaṃ ye hyakāmāḥ dhīrāḥ. Upāsate, in the primary sense we can say worshipping. In the highest sense we can say sitting alone, together. That is discarding all sense of dualities, or discarding all sense of differences. And that realization is within, that I am that. I am that. Then we can say he is sitting together, or he is sitting in himself. That is the highest state of upasana. One who is established in himself. Hyakāmāḥ dhīrāḥ tam puruṣaṃ upāsate te śukrametadativartanti. Ativartanti, they are transcending. They are transcending the shukra. Shukra here means the semen. Semen. In many places, in the Upanishads especially, we will see so many lines as saying, they transcends the yoni, they transcends the śubhram, etc. When we say transcends the yoni, that means they will not enter into the womb of a woman. When we say they transcends the śubhram, that means they will not get another birth. So they transcends the cycle of transmigration. There is no more birth and death for them. This is the meaning of the first mantra. This we have seen in our last sitting. Today we can go to the second mantra. See? Kāmānyaḥ kāmayate manyamānaḥ sa kāmabhirjāyate tatra paryāptakāmasya kṛtātmanasvihaiva sarve pravilīyanti kāmāḥ. Kāmānyaḥ kāmayate manyamānaḥ sa kāmabhirjāyate tatra paryāptakāmasya kṛtātmanasvihaiva sarve pravilīyanti kāmāḥ. Yaha manyamānaḥ kāmān kāmayate. Let me repeat once more. Yaha manyamānaḥ kāmān kāmayate saha kāmabhihi tatra jāyate. This is a statement. This is a statement. A statement of Shruti. Now, what is the teaching we have to have from the statement? In the second part, it is said, paryāptakāmasya kṛtātmanah. Paryāptakāmasya kṛtātmanah. Ihaiva sarve pravilīyanti kāmāḥ. Iha eva. Here itself. sarve kāmāḥ pravilīyanti. So this is the teaching we are getting from this mantra. First, let us see the first part. Yaha manyamānaḥ kāmān kāmayate. One who, yaha means one who, manyamānaḥ. Manyamānaḥ means is considering or is pondering, is thinking. Manyamānaḥ. One who thinks is manyamānaḥ. One who is pondering is manyamānaḥ. Or one who is considering is manyamānaḥ. So yaha manyamānaḥ kāmān. Kāma means desire. So here it is the plural, kāmān. So we have to understand it as to mean objects of desire. Different or many objects of desires. Kāmayate is wishing. Is wishing or wishes. Saha, that person, tatra jāyate kāmabhirjāyate. Kāmabhirjāyate. Kāmabhirjāyate means by those desires, tatra, there itself, jāyate, is born. See, now join the words together. It will mean one who is considering or who is pondering or who is thinking different objects of desire. By those desires, he attracts his own birth, or he is getting birth, or he is born in those desires itself. Sa kāmabhirjāyate, by those kāmas, by those desires, he is getting birth in those desires, in those objects, in those worlds of desires. So here we have to understand clearly, first, what is the meaning of manyamānaḥ? Second, how one person is getting birth in different objects. What is the meaning of that? Because simple word meaning will not do. If we have ample Sanskrit knowledge, we can understand the words meaning easily. But it won't do. We have to analyze and understand the inner meaning of this. First of all, the meaning of manyamānaḥ. See, there are innumerable objects in this world. Innumerable objects. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. We can divide them into 5. That is, objects of the senses, or qualities of the elements. Elements means akasham, vayu, agni, jalam, bhumi. So these 5 are the qualities of elements, primary elements, or the objects of our own senses. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. They are there. We cannot imagine a world without these objects. Because world itself is prapancha, made of 5 elements. The meaning of prapancha is made of 5 elements. Prakarshena panjatvam vidyate yasmin. This is a so we cannot avoid or we cannot live away from these 5 elements. Always inside and outside, these 5 gunas are there, these 5 qualities are there. But when we are considering them as good and bad, when we are thinking about the greatness of the objects outside, oh, this is a good thing, this is pretty beautiful. It may be shabda, it may be sparsha, it may be rupa, it may be rasa, it may be gandha. They are there and we are here. But when we are considering them, when we are pondering over them, when we are thinking about them, or manyamānaḥ, imagining, when we are imagining them as something great or good or beautiful, then naturally we are getting bound by them. So we are binding ourselves through our own thinking, our own pondering. No object is binding us. Shabda is not binding us. If shabda is binding us, or if sparsha is binding us, or if rupa is binding us, we cannot escape from that bondage through studies, sadhanas, etc. So then there will be no meaning for shastras, no meaning for guru, no meaning for sadhana, because the world will bind us. But actually understand, world is not binding us. We are binding ourselves through our own thinking, because we are considering something as great, something as beautiful, and then it will attract us. And when we consider something as bad, then naturally a feeling of aversion will be within, and we will work accordingly to get rid of it, to make it away. So we are making raga and dvesha within ourselves. No objects of the senses or no elements in this world is making raga and dvesha. If they are making, we are helpless. We cannot do anything. Then there is no meaning for sadhana, there is no meaning for guru, there is no meaning for shastra. Because you bound man is a bound man. Always you are bound by somebody else. No, it is not the case. We are binding ourselves through our own thinking, our own considerations. So, manyamānaḥ, one who is thinking, one who is pondering, one who is considering objects of the world as good and bad, then naturally that attraction or aversion, that will develop within. When it is developing, what happens? We are bound by that. We are bound by that. It make a limited area in which I can stay and have those objects. So think, whenever I am objectifying anything, that object is binding me. When I say I like this object, I like this person, I like this place, I like this material, then the inner meaning is that is binding me. And I am making that knot, not that object. I am making that knot. See, so as the effect of this manyamānaḥ, manyamānaḥ means one who is thinking, one who is considering or pondering, he is getting tied to that objects. So kāmabhirjāyate tatra. By objects of desires, he is getting tied, he is getting bound. Tatra. In those objects. There is a flower outside. In a plant. It is there. It is not binding me. I am not binding that. But when I think, oh, how beautiful this is, of course I can enjoy. There is nothing wrong in enjoying. But the very next moment, a desire comes with it. I want this. I want this flower. So in the first step, it was only a thought, how beautiful this is. There is no problem. It is not binding me. But how it is happening, I don't know. In the next moment, I am thinking, I want this flower. So I had to pluck it. I had to keep it in my house. And I want to make it stay for some more days. So I took a vessel and kept some water, poured some water in that, and kept that flower in that. So I am thinking, I am getting that flower. I got that flower. But actually what is happening, that flower, that desire, it bound me. It bound me. So it is the beginning of a new birth. It is the beginning of a new birth. Each and every pratyaya, that is the waves or thoughts we are having within, they are giving newer and newer birth to us. Just think how many births we are having in a single day. How many birthdays we are having in a single day. Thousands of births. Because whenever I am identifying with some object, when I am superimposing another individuality on me, I am having a birth, newer and newer birth. So I am having 1,000 birthday in a single day of 24 hours. Saha kāmabhirjāyate tatra jāyate. Because whenever the desire happens, a type of identification comes. I am that. I cannot stay without that. I will be happy or I will be full with that. Or that will make me happy. That will make me an individual within me. So one who is having 1,000 desire, He is a fragmented person. He is fragmented in 2,000 parts. We are seeing him as a one whole, of course. We are seeing him as a one whole, but he is fragmented 1,000 pieces. Just to think in this line. Because each and every desire gives him an individuality, a limited personality, and a wrong identification. Of course, thereby a superimposition. So desire makes the birth. Desire makes the birth. If there is no desire, there is no birth. We can be in the world, midst of object, without being bound by anything. So who is binding us? We are binding us. Nobody else. So there is no meaning in asking Ishvara to make me free. Oh Ishvara, oh Vishnu, oh Shiva, please make me free. Then he will ask, who is binding you? If it is me, it is my duty to release you. But as you are binding yourself, how can I help? It is your duty. Just to think that. So we are binding ourselves with so many hundred thousands of desires. And each and every desire will make one personality or one individuality which is responsible for so many false identifications. And these identifications are our births. So we are getting birth by those desires. Where? In the world of those desires. In the world of those desires. A world means loka here. That is the sphere of experience. Experience. What you desire, that is binding you. And what you desire, that is giving you a new birth. So if it is the case, what about a person who is above all desires? Paryāptakāmasya. Paryāptakāmasya. One who has transcended all desires, that is who is satisfied or who is fulfilled with him. Fulfilled with him. He is paryāptakāma. See, the first stage or first step is getting happiness, and we are working and trying for that. When we are happy with objects of the world, then we will go for inner satisfaction. That satisfaction is above happiness. And when we are satisfied, there is one more sphere, and that is fulfillment. It is above satisfaction. So first comes happiness. We are running behind many objects for getting this happiness. See, when we analyze our own life impartially, then we will understand that we are not even getting this happiness from objects. And therefore we are running behind so many objects of the world for this happiness. I'm thinking, now I don't have happiness, but I will get that happiness in our next endeavor. So I am trying and trying and trying. But when one is happy, even then he will feel, I am not full. I have to be satisfied with it. Because when the object of enjoyment has gone, that happiness also goes. It is not staying there. So I had to be satisfied with it. So from happiness, my journey is for getting this satisfaction. Now imagine when I am satisfied with him. Even then, that satisfaction is limited by so many things. Limitation of space, limitation of time, limitation of causation. All these are there. Time, space, and causation. These are there. Now we are endeavoring to go higher from this stage of satisfaction to fulfillment. So when one is fulfilled, he is full within. Now he is no more running after any object of the world. That stage is paryāptakāmasya, the stage of a paryāptakāmasya. Paryāptakāmasya is not one having happiness. It is not one who is satisfied, but one who is fulfilled. Always remember these three stages. And just observe our own life, in which stage we are. Many a time we will realize, I don't have even happiness. So from happiness we have to go to the level of satisfaction, and from there to fulfillment. Then a question may come, is the path to fulfillment is through this happiness and satisfaction? If it is the case, I have to run behind so many objects of the world and get happiness first. And then when I am happy, I will try for satisfaction. Then only I can go for fulfillment. No. There is no such a law. In the Upanishad, Chandogya, there is a saying, when one person has won the aya called kṛtā, then all other ayas are being won by him. So we do not know how to play Chaduranga. But now, in the present day world, there is chess. Chaduranga is not the same as chess. There are many differences between Chaduranga and chess. But however, in chess also there is Chaduranga. There is something more, somebody more. I don't know how to play chess, but I have heard there is a bishop and somebody else. I don't know who are there. But however, warriors are there, horse is there, and the king is there in the topmost state. So one who can win that king, naturally all others are under his control. So it never means you have to kill every soldier. You have to win all the horses. No. Of course, they will try to protect the king. That is true. But if you can kill directly the king, then the whole kingdom is yours. So one who has realized the ultimate, one who has realized the absolute bliss, then he is fulfilled. One who has this realization within, I am the Ananda, I am Brahman, I am without any limitation. He has won everything else in the world. See? So there is no such a rule as you have to cross the field of happiness, satisfaction to reach fulfillment. No. When they are immaterial for you, they are irrelevant for you, then you won't run after them. That is why in the first part it is said manyamānaḥ. When we are considering something as great or beautiful or objects to be accrued, then they are binding us, manyamānaḥ. When you are not a person as manyamānaḥ, then they are not binding. See, a cashier in a bank, daily millions of rupees or currency, whatever currency you are having, because here people from Germany, US, all are here, so we cannot say rupees. Whatever currency. Never be cashless as our government publishes. Cashless India, it is a stupid advertisement. Cashless India, no. Less currency India. That is cashless India. What is the meaning of cashless India? Huh? How foolish it is. Just think. However, see, a cashier in a bank, millions of rupees are being handled by him. Being handled means daily he is taking millions of currencies with his hands. They are flowing. But he is not feeling manyamānaḥ. He is not considering them as my money. If he is considering 100 rupee or 500 rupee, this is mine, what will happen? He will keep it in his pocket. And he will be thrown out of the job. Now he is no more a cashier. What happened? Oh, Swami, I lost my job. How? See, millions of currencies, millions of notes are being handled by him daily. But he is not considering them. He is not treating them as mine. But when he treated a single currency note as mine, what happened? Now he is inside the bars. He is in the jail. So this happens. So let the objects of the world be there around us. We don't have control over them. But don't consider them as objects of yours. When we consider them as objects of ourselves, then they are binding us. Then they are binding us. My money, my wife, my husband, my house, my this, my disciple, my guru, my ashram. To get rid of this my-ness, I changed my name. Again I changed my name. Twice I changed. And now I am bound by this name, Swami Chidananda Puri. If somebody is vilifying, then I am getting angry within. I will not show outside. Because of a bit Vedantic studies, I will act as unheard. But I am angry with him. Why this fellow is talking cheap about me? Is it proper? Is it fair? So see, this is how we are getting bound. Manyamānaḥ. Because I am considering this is my name, and next stage, this is me. This form, I am considering my, and I am bound by this. If somebody draws a picture, Swami, this is your picture, I have drawn this, please accept. Then I see that, oh, very good. It's exactly as myself. Myself. It is not the self. But even then oh, right, very good, very good. Then somebody else brings another picture. Swami, this is you. No, this is not me. This is somebody else. It's a bad picture. Why? Because that much attached I am with the form. That much attached I am with the name. That much attached I am with different objects of the world. So that is the meaning of manyamānaḥ. So manyamānaḥ is bound by them. Bound by them. Whereas paryāptakāmasya, one who is fulfilled, he is above all such desires. He is above all limitations. Above all limitations. What happens to him? Ihaiva sarve pravilīyanti kāmāḥ. For him, ihaiva, here itself, in this world itself, in this life itself, in this human life itself, all desires, sarve kāmāḥ, pravilīyanti. Pravilīyanti means are disappearing. So we can translate as disappears. Disappears. All the desires disappear. How? They are becoming immaterial for him. They are irrelevant for him. They are there. I don't want them. Let it be with me. See, a person, he was fascinated by the beauty of a girl, and he was walking behind her. Later, when he is fulfilled, the same girl approaches him and she asks, can I sit with you? Oh, you can sit with me. Can I lay with you? Oh, you can. Can I stay with you? Oh, of course you can. But she is not an object for him again. He has gone above that. That means the objects of desires of yesterday, when that transformation comes within, when that fulfillment comes within, they are no more binding him. They are no more objects for him. Because here itself, he has transcended all desires. Ihaiva sarve pravilīyanti kāmāḥ. So that was an object of desire earlier. Now it is not. See? Because it has become irrelevant for him, immaterial for him. Just understand that level of a paryāptakāmasya. And therefore, all the desires disappear. He is above all desires. A person above all desire means he is established in himself. Till then he was running behind many objects of the world. He was identifying himself with many things, but now he is full with him. He is a swastha. Swastha is a mukta. See? So see this mantra again and again, ruminate the meaning again and again. Kāmānyaḥ kāmayate manyamānaḥ, sa kāmabhirjāyate tatra, paryāptakāmasya kṛtātmanastu, ihaiva sarve pravilīyanti kāmāḥ. Ihaiva, here itself. It happens not after your death, not in some other worlds. No, ihaiva, here itself. In this human birth. So this is the ultimate teaching of Vedanta. Becoming free. Becoming free means becoming full, getting fulfilled. So please read this mantra again and again and think about different aspects of this mantra. Then we will see this is the highest teaching. If you want to ask anything, you can ask. And for some time we can have an interaction session.
Yeah. First question from Kamilaji. Please unmute.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Oh.
Swamiji, desire for liberation, moksha, that itself is a desire, whether it is binding or non-binding, whether we have to take another janma, if we, not, how is it?
See, this is a very good question. Desire for freedom. Desire for ultimate freedom. When it is a desire, desire is a desire. We cannot say that is not a desire. Then the question is, will it bind you? Answer is, it will bind here. Oh, where you are going? I am going to ashram. Why? There is a Vedanta class. What a fool you are. Can't you sit here happily? Why you are going there? Huh? No. I want to have that Shastra Jnana. I want to have Shravana. Why? For getting this liberation. So you are binding yourself for getting liberated. Why you are doing pranayama? Or asana, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, all for getting freedom. For getting freedom, you are tying yourself to some routine, some discipline. So in that level, we are binding ourselves. There is no doubt. Even the mumukshutva is tying us. Just as somebody who is running after different objects of the world for happiness, we are also tying ourselves to some routine, some discipline, some swadhyaya, some sadhana for getting liberated. But there is a difference. That will bind us again and again, but this will get liberation. But in the path, both are binding us. Both are binding us. And see, when Bhagavan Narasimha asked Prahlada to ask for some boon, Prahlada had nothing in his mind. Only Bhagavan, nobody else. Then again Narasimha asked him, please ask for a boon. Then Prahlada asked. It's a very beautiful shloka in the Vishnu Purana. Ya pritira vivekanam vishayeshu anapayini tva manusmaradasame hridayatma pasarpatu. Hey Mapa, hey Mapa means, oh, husband of Lakshmi. That is the meaning of Mapa. Ma is Lakshmi. Pa is one who is protecting. So the protector of Lakshmi, Bharta of Lakshmi. Hey Mapa, ya pritihi avivekanam. What type of desire is there within the heart of people who are running behind objects of the world, who do not have that discrimination? What type of desire is there within? Vishayeshu, in the objects of the world, that desire must be there within me. Sa pritihi. Let it be there in my heart. For what? In your contemplation. So it is desire. But that is a desire which will not bind you. Of course, in the path, it is binding. There is no doubt in that. Because we are bound by discipline. We are bound by sadhana. One who is doing japa sadhana, he is getting up early in the morning, 3 o'clock or 3:30, cleansing himself, and then he is going to chant mantras. When others are enjoying the bliss of sleep, bliss of slumber, then this poor fellow is sitting and doing mantra. See, he's taking all burden in himself for burdenless, becoming burdenless. The other fellow, he is doing Shastra Swadhyaya, taking Upanishad, Prakarana Grantha, studying. So, in the path, all these are binding. But we love that. We like that. That is giving us happiness. That is giving us satisfaction. And that will give us fulfillment. Even though we are not fulfilled now, it is giving satisfaction and happiness without any object. So, from the economic aspect also, it is good. Yeah, right. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, Swami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Namaste, Swamiji. This question is an email received from Mr. Surendran, Bangalore. He has a doubt about Rudraksha, Rudraksha mala he is wearing. He says Rudraksha mala he has 144 beads bought from a online store of an ashram, and when he wears that, it reaches his below his navel point, 2 inches below the navel point. So his doubts are whether it is good and advisable to wear such a long Rudraksha mala reaching below navel point with 144 beads. Second is, if it is not advisable to wear such a long Rudraksha mala, should he reduce it to lower number of beads and length? That is the question.
Actually, I don't know the significance of 144. In many homas, many Agnihotra Kriyas, 144 pieces of samitha are being offered. Not in samitha, 144 pieces of dhruva, many things. But of that is taught there, and it is a part of practice there. But in the case of mala, so far I have heard one mala is 108 beads. One mala is 108. So we can wear one mala or half mala. See, this mala, this is half. This is half, this is not one. This is only half, having 54 beads. Only 54 beads. And there is mala, 1/3 mala, that is 36 beads. If you can wear, then you can wear with 18 beads. 18 also, 1 plus 8, 9. 54, 5 plus 4, 9. 108, 1 plus 0 plus 8, 9. In the case of 144 also it is 9. 1 plus 4 plus 4, 9. So all are 9. 9 represents Brahman. 9 represents the full. 9 represents unchangeable. You cannot change 9 even if you are multiplying, you are adding, you are doing all the mathematical procedures. 9 will remain as 9. That is the nature of Brahman. And therefore, 108 beads is one mala, and it is used for japa. Japa mala is always 108. I am hearing for the first time mala with 144 beads. Of course, there is nothing wrong in that. And if you are wearing it, naturally it will be having that length. If you are comfortable with that, you can wear. If you are not comfortable, put it in 2 layers. you can tie around your neck. Then it won't come that much. It will come up to this level. So do that. Or if you want to make it short, you can cut it into 108. But I don't know why you started wearing 144. If you like to have that, wear it itself. Put it in 2 layers. So that is a practical reply. I don't know other inner meanings. Because even though in Agnihotra 144 is important, in the case of mala, I am hearing for the first time. Whether for commercial purpose, they are selling 144 beads. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Never make this Rudraksha a burden. Burden outside and burden inside. Namaste.
Namaste. Next question is Nirmala ji.
Pranam Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
Swamiji said that our likes and aversions bind us. In our day-to-day relationships, how can we overcome the aversions and dislikes that we experience towards others, especially family people? I experience.
It is not limited to family life. Whenever we are in the world, we are in the midst of dualities. All the objects of the world are there and will be there always. How we can be above them? Only through discrimination. Only through discrimination. So there are some stages in life where we know that it is meaningless or it is hindering my inner journey. But outside, as we are part of the world, as we are part of relations, we have to be. So, knowingly live in the world. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he used to repeat one example of a servant who used to serve a family in the town. As a housemaid, she was working. So she will clean the house, cook the food. She will carry the child of the householder. Oh, my daughter, my son, calling everything. She will treat that child with all care and love. Nobody will think she is not the mother of the child. With that much love and care, she is treating. But in the heart of heart, she knows, no, my child is there in the village. For looking after him, I am working here. I am only a worker. I am only a homemaid for a limited period here. For a limited period here. So be in the world. Keep all relations very well. But understand within. This is not the highest. This is not the highest. So there must be a balance. Otherwise, we cannot move in the world with the highest thought. So we must be able to combine both together very, very harmoniously. Namaste. Namaste. I think now we can conclude.
Yes, Swamiji, we can conclude.
Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pasye Makshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtuvam Sastanobhir व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
हरि ओम स्वामी जी।
Oh.